I'm really excited because at the mastermind, actually, the yacht mastermind, I got a phone call with my investor, who is a group of 7 huge musicians, like the A plus. I'm so excited. So excited. But what I was mostly excited about is single-handedly they can easily close on this with no problem. So it's a $9 million deal. The real purchase is $8.4 million because what we're doing is it's 350 units in an emerging market. By the way, I'm lying about that amount. If you've noticed, I've changed it at different times from 350 to 370 to almost 400 to 380 to 390. I'm doing that on purpose. I don't lie about things, but I have no desire for you to know how many units exactly it is because you could Google it and maybe find it. You know what I mean? So I do that for a reason. I don't tell you what market it's in. And it's not in a market that I'm normally in. So, and the reason is because, but now this allows me to talk about it, right? Because I don't have this. I have this under, it's almost under LOI. It's verbal agreement right now. That is not safe. Once it's even in the LOI stage, it's not safe. And not that I don't trust you guys, but you understand. The numbers on these is, it's a 13.8% cash-on-cash return. And in the first year, projected return will be a 22% cash-on-cash return. Nice deal. We're asking $630,000 back at closing for repairs, and we only need about $350,000 in repairs. Okay, it is a property that's actually next to a university, even though it's only got about a quarter of it university students, which I'm happy about. And it has over $2 million that have been done to it in capital improvements in the last year. And it's 93% occupied. Very stable property, great deal. We're really excited about this deal. This deal took us a long time to find. It really did. And it came from one of my students. The property deal is the projected return for the investors is $365,000 and positive cash flow, which would be a 50-50 split. 184 goes to us and 184 goes to our owners. After year 1, it jumps to $617,000 a year positive. This is after debt is paid. $308 to us. The wholesaler will be receiving $90,000, and we will receive a $240,000 acquisition fee. So it's a pretty cool deal. The total down payment that we're going to need is $3,129,250. So that's how this deal is going to pan out. That's going to include our acquisition fee, all of our down payment, our closing costs. Our down payment is actually $2,275,000. The total required is $3,129,000. Not sure why that's as high as it is, but I think it's because it doesn't help that I'm taking the $240,000 acquisition fee or the $90,000 to the wholesaler. You want to make sure you have your closing costs, your escrows. If I do not get the cash back at closing, I'm going to raise more money to do those repairs. I want those repairs done now. Okay, so what we're doing here is now I have the investor for this. Very good question. Okay, so Mel asked, at any time, is that 365 feet, you've got the 365,000 and the 617,000. So is any of that one-time expenses that are not? No. So he also asked it, like, for instance, like what?
Is any of it due to one-time expense?
But what were some of the expenses that you mentioned? Because that was good. Like the wholesale fee. Okay, so those are closing costs, and those are fixed closing costs. They have nothing to do with the cash flow operations of the building. And Which was a very good question. Thank you for, because I want to make sure that's clear. That all that, so there, that's not because I'm suddenly putting money to the roofs that isn't going to be there anymore. That is none of that, because those are not operational expenses. So operational expenses are, for instance, the payroll's too high on the building. So I'm going to cut that payroll down. There's a few things that I can, really shave back, which again, remember, that really highly affects my bottom line. For instance, look at what happens if we were to take, this isn't an NOI. Do you know what the debt is on this? 365 per year? I knew that was going to be a mean thing to ask you. Let's do this. All right, just this is a really rough because it doesn't have P&I, which is principal and interest in it, just interest only. This is a good exercise, right? You guys are learning a lot from this. What's that? Huh? No, tell me. 32,000 a month? Okay, so 32,000 a month times that by 12 is $384,000. $384,000 added to $365,000 is not? Okay. Yeah, that isn't right. Okay, hold on. Or maybe I just screwed this up. So you do not have to be smart to do this business. Honestly, you don't even have to know how to work a calculator. It's all done in my analyzer. It is all done in my analyzer. Thank you, Lord. Okay, so let's just do a 9. Let's see, but that's not the loan. Let's do, okay, what's the loan? Maybe, no, I don't need to, because my down payment is 2.1 basically, so my loan's going to be, say, it's about 6.5, 6.7. Okay, so 6.70000 times that by say 0.05, which is probably not right, but about 335,000 for my debt service. This is rough numbers. This is just to give you an idea. So I add that back to 365,000 equals, okay. So then I times that by 10. So that's 7 million. Hold on. 7 million, but you guys have to understand the times 10 valuation calculation is, so this is not right. This is not right, because I know that times 10, I actually get to the actual building, what I'm buying it for, which is 8.4. So anyway, but look at what happens when I take the difference between 365 and 617. So I'm going to take 365, I'm going to take 617 and minus 365 from it, and that's 252. That means I've just added $2.5 million? $2.5 million in worth of this property. You see that? See the forced depreciation opportunity there? It doesn't matter what happens to the market, because I'm just changing what's happening inside the building. That's it. All right, so buy devalued businesses and create value by increasing income, decreasing expenses. It's all it is.